What's up, guys? Welcome to the Mason Pot family. Here with my sister Amy.
Hello.
We're about to do a coconut oil infusion with the Mason Pot, and it's Amy's first time.
I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I mean, we're learning today.
That's why I'm loving it too. So you're here with us. Come on, follow along. So essentially, when you have the Mason Pot kit, real quick, here's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get your Mason Pot jar. You're gonna get the Mason Puck, super clutch. You're gonna get your thermometer to dial in your infusion. This press piece is a component to the puck as well. Finally, a fine strainer for the people like, you know, the finer things in life. Get that nice infusion. And yeah, we'll get it going. So I actually got a half ounce here today. Let's crack it open.
Let's give it a
so
smell.
See how, yeah.
Give it a smell.
Yeah. So how's that smelling?
It smells delectable.
It smells nice.
Delectable.
Okay.
I'd infuse it.
So here's what we're gonna do, Amy. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take the top off of our jar.
Alright. I like the jar.
Thank you. And then we're just gonna go ahead, these are already like popcorn sized nugs, you'll see as I'm dumping them in here. So you don't really need to break them down. You can use bigger nugs. I recommend if you are using bigger nugs, break them down. Also, if you have like shake or trim on hand, that's also super convenient. Then on the back side here, we have a little circle here, you know, little cut in so you can see exactly what you're infusing. So here's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna put the lid back on. We're gonna put the thermometer in, and then we're gonna
thermometer going in
and then
the pot.
can we preheat the oven to 240 degrees?
What? Yeah.
So she's gonna preheat the oven at 240 degrees, and we're gonna do what's called decarboxylating. This activates your cannabis. So just inherently, this THCA, if you ate the raw nugs, not gonna get you high. The THCA will be transformed because we're adding the heat to THC. So we're gonna do 240 degrees for 40 minutes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and the way I like to talk about it too is think if you're rolling a J or smoking a J or a bowl, as soon as you apply that heat to it, that's what activates it. We're basically doing the same thing in the oven.
Okay, so we're heating it up, but bake everything up.
And then this thermometer in here, everybody's ovens are different temperatures, so I'm curious to see how yours runs.
Mine heats up pretty quick.
Do you think it runs hot or cold or?
Hot, it's I would say quicker, than whatever
Okay, cool. And that's why this is here. We have this thermometer inside the jar, so we can get the exact temperature in the jar. We want the temperature inside the jar to be 240 degrees. And I know at my girlfriend's place, she has a toaster oven style thing. Hers runs 15 degrees cooler. So just in general, it's cool to know dang, my oven runs hot, it runs cold. And this really helps you dial it in. We probably could have had it preheated for you guys, before we started this video.
We can look at this lunchbox.
Yeah, ask me any questions.
I don't know this. I'm looking all around, learning a little bit, but this, I love this. Magnet here, yes please. It's one of those classic
Sorry,
ones.
I was grabbing it from you.
Don't touch my merch. Okay.
What
about the tools? Yes. So when you were starting the video, I was following with the tools, but now that we have a second, maybe you can go a little bit more in depth for me, just about what each one is going to do for the pot.
Totally. So we kind of covered the thermometer action there. So, and all this has been made for me infusing for 15 years. When I made my first batch, I just threw weed in some shit and it was trash. So this whole thing has come about for me to find the best way personally. And I'm let me bring it to the world. So this is the Mason Puck here. This just fits perfectly inside the jar, and you can use this press on top so you can press out every last drop of that liquid gold.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so because sometimes what I've done in the past and so many people do is they use cheesecloth, which first of all is expensive.
I've seen that,
and then you twist it and you have to wait till it cools. It's just such a process. And then so after you press it, this will be on another jar and you just pour it through this fine strainer and you're left with just
a perfect little consistency.
Yeah, left with perfect consistency, yeah.
It's starting to all make sense. When I first started smoking weed, the best experience I ever had, I went to go see Emily, our sister, beautiful, lovely girl, and I had her roommate Shaylee made brownies with peanut butter, and they were delicious, but they were infused, and that was the only time I've ever had anything infused, and it was literally the best high of my life. So we're gonna
Your
make
life's
something.
about to change.
So we're making something good today. Okay.
Yeah, and this will stay with you. This one here, this Mason Pot will stay with you.
I'm learning how to infuse today.
Yeah, and we're using coconut oil for this recipe, but these same basic principles can apply to coconut oil, olive oil. You could do canola oil. I don't recommend that. Essentially, this can apply to so many different methods.
Option.
Yeah.
It really is because I know a lot of people are saying I don't like smoking because of the smoke, and it's something like this. It's so natural. I'd add it to like breakfast, lunch, and dinner if I'm feeling it that day.
Little in the coffee. And that's the cool thing about this jar too, is it can be an all-in-one, and that's where every piece too can be utilized for other things. So I'm excited to see what you guys bring to the table. Like, people are read my brother who helped design this is making coffees with it. You can do any infusion in here too. I'm trying to think, somebody else told me something creative they were gonna do with it the other day. I use it around the house, just empty as like a water glass. Oh, and that reminded me, with the sleeve, that's why a big part of the sleeve too is when it's in the oven. You mentioned burning earlier.
Yeah.
And that's why the sleeve is there, to reduce char, because if the glass jar is like directly on metal sometimes, a little more char.
Yeah,
so this sleeve helps protect it and insulate it and also keep like a more consistent temperature without the burn.
Oh, okay.
I keep moving my mic. I hope the audio is okay for you guys.
Oh. Hello.
So too, this like I said, everything's been thought through, from reusing the case to the jar to the thermometer to the puck. I freaking love the puck. But even a cleaning towel is underestimated. I've made so many towels kind of gross with
you just have the
oil.
shitty weed towel.
Yeah. So now you have your dedicated cannabis towel. You don't got to worry about getting all your other towels smelling like weed and shit. So that's just a nice little perk. This is also magnetic. It also has this stand too. So your preference. So just walk over here. And get ready to put it in. It's almost at 240. Beep, beep. Did you say there's an oven light?
Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, I'll just stay there.
Perfect. Yeah, it's set, everything's set. We'll just watch this temp rise here.
So nothing smokes up in the oven. It just stays all in.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the mason pot too, is it's really less smell. A cup of coconut oil we're gonna add into here. Whoa, I was crazy one clump.
One scoop wonder.
One scoop wonder.
Yeah,
I like that.
It just kind of melts right off the spoon. That's
cool.
Nice.
Now I'll take that.
No more hedging needed.
It's nice having somebody help out on that.
Okay.
And then we'll throw this in here. Like I said, you can let it cool longer. We're actually losing a little natural light that we got. So yeah, it's not hot, really that hot.
At all.
Now just throw it back in, that simple. Oh, that garlic's smelling pretty good.
That smells delicious, actually.
Okay, can you close that up for me?
Yeah. Are you getting garlic?
Oh no, let's let it keep going. It needs to go for a little while. Okay, so we're gonna do, set the temperature to 220. I like to do an hour timer and give it a little swirl to mix it around. And then we'll do it for another hour. You can do, your infusions from 2 to 4 hours. Some people even go longer than that. Really, I've had friends and myself even do it in an hour and it still works. Just pulled it out, still a little hot. We did 2 hours today. Let's go ahead and unscrew that. Take this off here. So that's what it looks like inside. You can also see through the hole here that we checked out while we were infusing. This is super important for concentrates. Mason puck right here. Set it right in there. We're gonna go ahead and press it down. See how it's pressing right in there? I don't know if you guys can see that perfectly. But you can see how we're getting that. Now let's go ahead and just strain it through. And then when I'm like this, I like holding it and also giving it a press here. Get every last drop of that liquid gold. We have our 1 cup of finished infused coconut oil.